we got Zoe over here.
Definitely here, man. Ain't going nowhere. Forever loyal.
Forever loyalty. Brody, what's good with you, man?
Maintaining. Fahiym Yahbless.
Fahiym Yahbless.
Rochester Black Panther Party, the CEO from Scratch High Rise Entertainment. Salute my brothers and sisters out here.
Yes, y'all. I apologize for the little delay, man. You know, Trump working his magic on me. I had a real horrible day. I hope everybody else's day was better than mine, man. Because I'm trying to tell you, my day started off horrible, and it's still going kind of horrible. But I get to tune into y'all beautiful people and tell you about all this talkabouts, man. You know, we got a bunch of talkabouts for y'all today. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in with us, and thank you for being patient with us. We're like 30 minutes late. But thanks again. So you're definitely in tune into the Forever Loyalty is Loyalty Forever show, and I am WallyMan Gallis. I just want to remind everybody that we are nominated for a Rock Award for Best Radio Show. So please, if you voted for us, thank you. And if you haven't voted, please do so. You have until February 9th to cast your votes. Go to rockawards.com, and you know, it got other categories that you can vote for, different categories, artists, whoever. But make sure you definitely vote for Forever Loyalty, man, because we the best.
We are the best.
Definitely the best. Forever loyal.
Go vote. Get your votes.
Hey, yo, and the early bird tickets, too. Definitely go to rockawards.com and check that out, because I think this week, I think the 31st is the last day you can get your the early bird tickets for the Rock Awards. And they have the after party with John B afterwards, so you definitely don't want to miss that. So please go to Rock Awards, show some love for the Rock Awards, y'all, and salute to everybody that was nominated, man. Definitely, man. I'm actually surprised that we was nominated, being that this has only been like a month and some change, and it's kind of dope that we got nominated for a Rock Award. So shout out to everybody that voted for us, man. And if you haven't voted, please do. Got good topics today. Very good topics today, man. I just want to tell y'all, make sure if y'all go out of town or anywhere in the fast foods, and you know, you got people are so unclean, you know what I'm saying? But there was this case out in Mississippi with this 18-year-old girl. She actually smeared her menstrual blood in some saliva in this woman's sandwich. Like, for really though. That is what? This guy, I was like, you have to see me. Like, how can you even do that to somebody? Like, seriously, what did this lady do to you? For you to, like, put your period stuff all up on her sandwich like that. You know what I'm saying? But the good thing about, well, it's not really a good thing, because it's a bad thing that she's actually could face 5 years in prison down in Mississippi. That's considered a felony if she, if convicted. So, good luck with her, but she definitely she deserves what she gets. That type of
Definitely.
type of stuff, man.
Slack.
Definitely. Slack is not the word. She needs to be stoned.
Stone,
Real, man.
fine, everything else.
Just trying to cast a spell on people, I guess.
You know, that's why my mom always told my brothers, don't eat nobody red pasta.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, I don't mess with other people's
I
spaghetti
really
and
don't
stuff
eat
like
nobody's cooking, man. And if I don't see you cooking it, then I'm not eating it. You know?
I know that's right.
You know, I try to stay away from the fast foods. It's just not good for you. The stuff that they actually put into that anyways. But that's another topic, another subject, another show. Whatever. Facebook is not cooperating with me. So somebody got to see me about my services. You know what I'm saying? Had me up in the store about an hour. And I know you tuned in, brother. I appreciate you for tuning in. But, you know, my phone ain't working right, brother. But anyways, how was y'all day, man?
Man, I'm blessed, man.
Mine is great. I'm blessed to see another day. Breathing.
Another day, another dollar. Another
day
to make it wise, man. This is making me mad. But so let's hit with this topic. The first topic is since Obama is out of the office and now we have Donald Trump, and what is this, like his fifth day or something like that or something? Yeah. There were two doctors that actually did some studies from Harvard University, two physicians that actually did the death rates once Trump started repealing Obamacare, that the fatality would be 43,953 deaths per year without it. And that's 455 people across the state. 400 out of 455 people, that's one that will actually live once this starts to take effect. And which it already has, because, you know, he doesn't like Obamacare, he doesn't like the whole Obama movement. So that just lets you know where Trump mentality is, that he don't care about the people. Now, these two physicians from Harvard University, they came up with this because they studied it. And they're basically saying, like, even with Trump's plan, it could actually have more deaths on top of what they actually predicted. So I'm like, wow. So, you know, people really should know who they're voting for, because, you know, what somebody may talk about, they, you know, actions is a whole nother story. Especially somebody who doesn't have any kind of political experience, any kind of, you know, he may be a good business person who filed for bankruptcy, whatever, his orange skin and whatever. We ain't gonna touch bases on that, but just know who you're voting for, because it's not looking too good. And it's pretty much directed towards specific people, you know what I'm saying? Less fortunate people. So, you know, we got to make sure we take care of our own, because, you know, the government definitely is not taking care of us, y'all. So, I have a question. My question is,
Yeah.
will you date somebody that's outside of your religion, that's not the same religion as you? This was a big topic that I talked about, and it had a lot of feedback about it. Majority of people said yes, they will, but I interpreted that they actually didn't know too much about their religion, because if you know about your religion, some religions don't tolerate that at all. You know, speaking highly, like Muslims do not tolerate that at all. But, you know, so when people say yes, they'll date outside their race, I mean, not their race, their religion. It's pretty much a personal thing, and it's not based on their religion. So they're going on their emotional. They're not going on their beliefs, and which, you know, so people should definitely learn about their religions, because, you know, you may be thinking about it's okay, but then there's some religion that will actually chop your head off. They will kill you, chop your arm off. Like, they will really hurt you based on people will kill themselves for their religion. So, you know, based on, and you know, there's a lot of religions that don't like other religions. What do you guys input on that?
Well, Portia is on my live, and she says no. Portia, why wouldn't you not date somebody in a different religion? I wouldn't. Simple fact. There's rules and regulation in different religions.
You know, because Christianity pretty much accepts. They pretty much accept every. I don't want to. I'm not being disrespectful when I say this, but they pretty much just open arms with acceptance. Buddhism actually, they just want peace. Like Mahatma Gandhi practiced Buddhism. He just was like, he's with whatever, anything with peace. Someone mentioned, bro, what did you mentioned? Jehovah's Witness. Yeah, I don't really know too much about Jehovah's Witnesses, but the ones that I have studied, which is Christianity and Muslims and Buddhism, even Hinduism, they actually are a little bit open arms with it. So some people, majority of the females, and that's pretty much everyone who actually answered my questions is females. So I had a bunch that said yes, they will date outside. Some really just didn't care. You know what I mean? They pretty much said it based on the people that they like. You know what I'm saying? So how would you date out?
I won't. I am considered Christian, and you know what? Down the road, I learned Christian is a made-belief religion. That's just something for people to live right. So I won't consider Christianity as a real religion. You know, now you got Buddhism, you got Muslim. They actually practice their religion where they pray on a certain day, a certain time. Where do you see that in Christians?
Right.
Christians also go on fasts. Is everybody faithful to their fast? No. I was one of those people where I went on a 7-day fast where you only had to drink water. And there was time when I snuck a fruit in. You know, that's just me. I'm being honest.
Was you faithful to your religion?
I was not faithful to my religion. However, I learned from my religion to live a better life.
Right.
To stay away from negativity. So I don't think Christianity should honestly be considered as a religion. That's my opinion.
I hear that. That's Whew, we might get
Uh-oh,
some
it's about to get real.
It's gonna get real. Definitely. What do you think, bro?
Man, personally, I don't think somebody should deal with somebody who they're not spiritually compatible with, no matter whether you're religious or spiritual or whatever. Because you want somebody that can relate to you, who you guys can have a conversation about. Like a Christian and a Muslim, it'll be hard for them to deal with each other because the Muslim has so many different beliefs than the Christian for them to see eye to eye. And I think that for a family to be strong, you got to be physically and spiritually inclined with each other in order to have something that's going to work. You know, somebody got to match you, and you got to match each other in some kind of way or not. It can't just be a total difference. And I don't know. I see it's kind of hard for people to deal. I think it'd be kind of hard for somebody to date each other. It depends on the seriousness of what they're trying to do too. If they really dating and the whole aspects of dating or I'm just
people
talking
don't
to you.
necessarily put their religion these days. People don't necessarily put their religion into their love lives. Me, my belief is I don't. You know, I feel like if I got a connection with somebody, it is what it is. I really don't. My religion is open. I'm learning everything right now, so that's what my beliefs are. I'm open and I'm learning about the other religions. Me personally, I think it's just brainwashing. I think a lot of things are just brainwashing people. But that's just me. You know, I do a lot of research and I study a lot on a lot of things, man. And you know, I call myself, I'm very conscious of, and my eyes are bright. I'm conscious and I'm not asleep like most people. People are alive and awake, but they're not conscious. Like I call them unconscious with their eyes open.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they're not aware of what's going on. And your religion is pretty much something that's brainwashing people into actually doing what they want to do. It's just like another government. You know what I'm saying? That's what this government is. So you
Control.
It's control. Yeah, who showed me that earlier? You just showed me that. Yeah. So you know, if you do research and you look up, you define government in the Latin. That's Latin, right? It means control, to control. You know what I'm saying? So this is all a control thing.
Mind control.
Mind control, definitely. But if you're conscious and you're aware of everything, then you have knowledge. Excuse me, of those. But yeah, yo. So what you think, bro? You think it's okay to date outside your religion?
Honestly, I don't really have a religion right now. I'm searching as well. Until I find that right one, you know. Man, listen, I think it's all right for anybody to date whoever they want.
Right.
I have Jason on my life, and he says he will date somebody in a different religion. Just simple fact, he can win them over to his religion, which I've seen that many times.
That's like Christianity.
That is like Christianity.
They even got a Christian date
see what I'm
sites.
saying? So it's like he's recruiting.
Right.
Like he's a recruiter.
Right. And, you know, and again, religion really comes in with love life. You have to love your God or whatever you want to call them first. Indeed. To love your significant other, you know? That's true love. You gotta.
Really?
I believe that.
Because okay, well, I believe in love, but my beliefs are, you know, it's all about the feeling and the connection. If you have that connection, I don't feel like it. Don't get me wrong, I do believe there's a God. Which God? I'm still finding that out.
Same here. Same here. That's why I'm a little confused. I do agree with that part. Love
is something that you feel genuinely, and you know when you have a connection with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Love and lust it's two different things, but the same kind of concept because you're connected to somebody. But you're not grieving. You're not preying on their flesh. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm not the luscious type of person. I used to be though. I think we all used to be kind of lusty.
A nice looking person, yeah.
Yeah, you can have a banging body and then, you know what I'm saying?
But you can have a messed up soul.
Facts.
You know, messed up mind.
Good people have messed up souls.
Well, we got a comment by Rondell Johnson. He said,
"Shout out to Rondell.
Real peace, God." It says, "Sure." He says, "Sure, to spice the date up." Keyword date.
I like that.
Dig it. I can dig it. Right. So, I wish I had this popping right here because I could really give some good feedback on what actually the statistics of what people actually posted on that comment when I actually posted it. Yeah, it was pretty good. But a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people just was like, oh, they don't even pretty much know about their beliefs. They're just okay. I was raised this way, and this is what it is. Instead of branching out and learning it themselves, or what they actually believe actually requires them to do. You know what I'm saying? Because you have, like I said, you have some religions that people will strap up a bomb and go demolish themselves.
You're right.
You know
Such
what I'm
as
saying?
ISIS. Don't know how true that is, but that's a religion.
There's Christian wars, yeah.
That is
I
a
never seen
religion.
it. I never seen a Christian that strap up with a bomb.
Speaking of Christianity,
Oh, you haven't?
you know what? That's because just because you see it don't mean it doesn't exist.
Right,
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Some of them bombers, like the guy who shot up the movie theater and all that stuff. Them guys is
Yeah.
Christians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The KKKs is Christians and all that.
Yeah, you're right.
See what I'm saying? But so my next question is, and it's getting almost that time, y'all.
Next question.
Valentine's.
Uh-oh.
Valentine's Day. Do anybody actually know about Valentine's Day?
Let's talk
Yeah.
about it.
Huh? We're gonna talk about it. That's a fact. We're gonna talk about it. Is it overrated?
Yes.
We want to know why.
Why?
You know what? I'm a type of person who never celebrated Valentine's Day, so you can't ask
You
me
never
why.
celebrate. No one ever bought you anything for Valentine's Day?
No, nobody bought me anything for Valentine's
Wow.
Day. I never celebrated. I never been in a relationship, and I like that. Not saying I don't want to be in a relationship. Of course, I love. However, I do think it's overrated. If you love that person, you will put flowers on their desk or card every single day or every other day. It shouldn't have to be a certain
It shouldn't be
date
February 14th.
just to show love and appreciation to that person. And that's where relationships fall out at. You know,
Right. 'Cause
you don't
do it-
show appreciation to the next person.
If you
Right.
if you just a Valentine's Day head, which means you just get it popping on February 14th, and the rest of the other days, the rest of the 364 days,
It's
you
non-existent.
don't do anything, you're gonna have a
Right.
problem. See, like
Right.
she said,
Valentine's Day should be every day.
It's every
Yep.
day. When you love somebody
Yeah.
and your chemistry and you really into that person, you in tune. I call it being in tune with your star player. If you're in tune with that person, then Valentine's Day is spontaneous. You know what I'm saying? It's all about being spontaneous. It's not just one day. So you know how to dig deep into this Valentine's Day thing. Because I was like, what? Why do people actually still buy cards and stuff? And it's funny. Like I said, dealing with the religion thing is all, to me, it's all a brainwash. Like when I did this research on the religion, would you date outside your religion? That pretty much came to me that it was being pretty much brainwashed because a lot of people was not in tune to their religion. So based on Saint Valentine's Day, who's a martyr, he actually got his head chopped off.
Off with his head.
Off with his head. They chopped his head off. And you got to really like get in deep details with this because it's a couple stories. It's a couple stories, you hear me? Like you don't know that I think they're all fictional, but anyways, it's in the Bible or whatever. So yeah, so they gave this dude Saint Valentine's pretty much the love day because he actually reunited the soldiers with their wives. So he pretty much baptized them so the soldiers they didn't want to leave their wives. So he actually did like some Christianity deed to prevent them from going over and dying and whatever, their wives losing their husband or kids. Pretty much the husband just didn't want to go to fight the wars. So he would come in and he would baptize, he would do anything. So pretty much it was kind of like a holy war because his own people actually chopped his head off. Actually the king, like I said, it's a lot to this, but pretty much it just breaks it down to it being fictional. Valentine's Day is not what it's supposed to be. It's not just supposed to be for one day. It's supposed to be every day, spontaneously, showing your love and affection towards your mate. You know what I'm saying?
We got 2 comments on that subject right now. We got Drew H. He said it's a big time event scam to boost the economy and sales now.
Facts.
That's true.
Yeah,
Facts.
I agree.
Definitely agree with
I
that.
Just
agree.
like Christmas, just like all the holidays that they created that's fake. People create these holidays.
Bunny rabbit having
The government creates everything because they want control.
Right.
They want your money and they want to control you. So, okay, let's.
Rondell Johnson says it's another the feeling love that the white people profit off. That he says another feeling love day the white man profit off.
What's that?
It's another feeling love day the white man profits off.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. We don't, pretty much anybody that's in high control, definitely the government, we all know the government, They control everything, guys. So I mean, you know, if you out here and you just doing things, and even if I'm not knocking nobody, I'm not a knocker, but I like to state the facts and let the people aware of this. So if you out here and you just celebrating one day, you go buy your lady of some cards or some chocolate, take her out to dinner, take her to a nice hotel, take her on a nice little vacation or whatever. Just for that occasion right there, she need to be checking you because something ain't right. And if you allow that,
You ain't right.
then hey, that's just what you asked for. You know what I'm saying? You can't knock what you asked for. So I'm just saying, when you love somebody, you're supposed to show that every day, that love and affection. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to build inside of you. And you're supposed to show that attunement with your star player on a daily basis. That's how relationships last. Yes. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you out here and you celebrating Valentine's Day for one day, you definitely got a playboy out there that's on top of his game. That's your girl, some cards, some candy, some cash, some jewels, and some bags. So get your game together, and then you wonder why your relationships ain't right.
That's a fact.
Right. Jason said that Valentine's Day is just like Mother's Day and Father's Day.
And you should be respecting your parents on a daily basis.
Right.
Like what? One day out of the year, there's a Mother's Day. Like I salute thanks for the recognition. But if you really want to show some love for your parents, this should be every day, especially if they're living. Because once they're gone, then what?
You're right. You gonna wish you had them back.
And I could be a witness to that. I lost my mom about 5 years ago. I miss her dearly.
Okay. See what I'm saying?
And there's things I want to say I'm sorry. There's things I want to say thank you. And there's times I want to say I love you. So again, you gotta appreciate your parents while they're here. We know we don't want to hear, the bigger man telling you what to do and what not to do. However, I wish I had that now.
Right.
I miss it. I do. So, food for thought.
Real talk.
Definitely.
Rondell Johnson says, being in love don't take a Valentine's Day. That all pagan. Facts, bro. Facts.
Huh. So based on that, I'm just dropping some knowledge, y'all. I'm a pretty smooth guy when it comes to dealing with ladies. You know what I'm saying? I know how to treat a lady. And a woman definitely wants to be appreciated, just like a guy wants to be appreciated.
It goes both ways.
It goes both ways.
Right.
And we were just talking about this last week about men wanting to be spoiled too sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like I want, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. Men don't. That actually makes the relationship, that makes the situation a lot stronger than what she think it is. Because if he like, damn, she just did this. So he going all out.
Yeah,
right.
Now you're hearing it from men.
Let's educate these females. What do you guys expect to be appreciated? To feel like you're being appreciated. Some females don't know.
Can I
Ladies.
Listen, I work hard. I gotta come home to a cooked meal. You know what I'm saying?
Oh. If a woman don't know how to cook, she needs to be replaced.
Right.
Need to be replaced.
You know what I'm saying?
You should be nice in that.
I'm not saying I help wash the dishes and all that.
Oh, I do all that, man. I'll cook, wash the dishes.